Hi, everybody. It's Jean-Michel from Inversio, and today we're just going to do a quick up to speed with Richard Penn from Q Battery Metals. He's going to tell us pretty much what's been going on for most of the summer, because we saw him at the beginning of the summer, right around June, first weekend in June, and then we just want to catch up. So, hi, Richard. How's it going? What's been going on? I know you've been going a couple of times to Val-d'Or. The fires affected you guys.
Yes.
So just give us a little bit of feedback on how's the summer. You got tons of news. I saw there was an acquisition, like actually
Yes.
action-packed summer for Q Battery Metals.
Yeah, it's been a really busy summer, actually. You're right. And I mean, starting off when we were there earlier in the summer with all the forest fires, we weren't able to access our properties. And then luckily the ban was lifted so we could go back in there, and then did a lot of rock sampling and soil sampling and geophysics and yeah, so then that's actually what we're doing all summer. And then we acquired a project up in James Bay in the Pontax region, which was really exciting. And then just recently closed some financing, so we're funded for exploration going into the fall and winter months. And yeah, it's just been a really busy summer for sure.
Yeah, no, that's pretty exciting because I know you've been mostly focusing your efforts on Val-d'Or. Why this opportunity? Like, I guess it's a huge opportunity to go up in the James Bay area.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a well. I mean, most of your viewers and investors out there that follow the resource sector in North America probably have heard of the James Bay region. There's major lithium discoveries. I mean, Patriot's got one of the biggest lithium deposits up in James Bay, North America, and Lift Power and Critical Elements. There's a lot of great companies that are up there with big discoveries. So we just thought, you know what, it's such an active area. It's we should look at picking up some ground up there, and then so we have our own little foothold there up there now, and it made a lot of sense for us to have some ground up there. Val-d'Or has always been sort of our hub, call it, like our where most of our projects are, and then now we're adding in James Bay. We feel like just to the portfolio of projects or robust company. We've always been Quebec based, like I said, so it made a lot of sense.
When you're around the James Bay area, of course, the economics are slightly different, but are they really that different compared to Val-d'Or?
Yeah, they are. It's actually helicopter access and lodging you need to find, and it's a much more remote. Where Val-d'Or is, you could get in your car and you could drive 6 hours from Montreal up to Val-d'Or, and there's the infrastructure is all there. No needs for helicopters in Val-d'Or. It's you can drive your truck right up and through logging roads and to access your property. But in James Bay, there's some rivers and water bodies that there is no roads to cross them, and so helicopter access is what you need up there for a lot of the exploration.
So there's got to be something. Some of the most cost efficient areas to mine in Quebec, but you got something. There's a nugget somewhere in there.
Yeah, I mean in BC where I grew up there. I mean it's in the northern BC in the Golden Triangle. It's even harder. I mean you have to helicopter a drill on the side of a mountain, and it's just they have to build little runways for the planes can land, because there's you're literally building a landing strip. So I think there's places that are even more of a challenge than James Bay. So yeah, but it just comes with the territory of mining exploration. It's the big discoveries are usually not in anywhere near any cities or any sort of easy places to get to. You always have to go and really do a lot of work to make a discovery, for sure.
A little bit of the call of the wild.
Yeah, exactly. You're got to have mosquitoes biting you in 30-degree heat in the summer, and yeah, it's definitely challenging. It's exciting too. I mean, I say we're prospecting machines, because that's what we do, right? So we enjoy it.
So pretty much, I bet your geologist Perry is very happy about that play.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's excited. I mean, anytime we're looking at a project where our geologists are going to look at it, we're going to do our due diligence on it. It wasn't something where like, hey, let's just get a property up in James Bay. It was like months of due diligence and research, and until we landed on that conclusion that we wanted to acquire that ground.
And I just want to get back to the Val-d'Or region because I saw recently, and you shared some photos and videos that even the CEO gets to play with some of the heavy machinery. So you went up there and you guys saw some trenches, did some
Yeah,
sampling.
yeah, that's exactly what we did. We found pegmatite in on our Licorne project, and which was very exciting. You know, it really stands out. You could see the crystal and the rock, and but the thing about pegmatites, it's trying to break the pegmatite with a hammer or a miner's axe. It's like hitting into concrete. It's very hard to break pegmatite. So we came back with a rock saw, and then that's how we were able to cut into the pegmatite to take the channel samples. And then we've taken those samples and send them up to the lab. And then so that would be probably the next big catalyst for us. Like we're all fingers crossed that those rock samples will come back with elevated lithium. Let's hope so. So we'll wait. We should have the results back, and hopefully in the next 30 days. And then yeah, if those are exciting results, then we have some drill targets.
Awesome. And you also mentioned that you closed the first tranche of a well, money raising. So what did exactly you guys do? You did your classic hard cash flow through. What was the mix?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a combination of both. It's going to be some hard and some flow through. Quebec flow through used for critical elements exploration, and that's it'll be both hard and flow. And we've been talking to some different government agencies about mining grants and whatnot. We're exploring all different avenues for financing and exploration dollars. So yeah, it's a good time. I mean, the markets in Canada have had a tough year, but I think exploration and mining and lithium, and especially in Quebec, it's actually very active right now.
Yeah, well, I find it interesting because you're like, I know that you have a background as being a broker, so you have a different perspective on the market because you've seen it from the other side, not being the CEO. You've seen the other side as a broker, and I think a lot of people need to remember that these cycles happen. There are times that markets are tough. It's not the time to not invest. It's actually, you know, the time to invest. And have you seen a market this tough before?
Yeah, I mean, I remember 2008 with the big financial crisis. That was really bad. And then, we've had obviously COVID with a couple of years ago, there was a big sort of crash, but then everything kind of picked back up again. And then I remember, there's been a few mining cycles and tough cycles and economic cycles that I've seen over the years. So it's not the first time. So yeah, no, it's definitely, it's tough out there right now, but then, the winds change. When the winds change, the direction change. It happens fast. So it's not like all of a sudden, things start to pick up and then it really takes off again.
And you were mentioning that you were speaking with different, groups that are interested in critical metals. That's also a game changer that we haven't seen in previous cycles. Is that critical metals have never been more important than now.
Yeah, and I think in the future too, it's not something that I think anyone believes is going to go away in the next few years. Like, if anything, it's just going to get more so in demand and more. There's shortage of the elements they're looking for as well, right? So I think it's it's just the beginning, in my opinion, of the transition to clean energy around the world. We're in the first beginning stages of what I believe is going to be a big cycle.
Yeah, no, I see it too because that's something we hear all the time in the news on how various governments, whether it be the Canadian government, U.S. government, Germany,
Europe, yeah,
France,
yeah,
they're all saying, okay, clean energy, and even I've been reading that China is like also looking at, okay, this is the way we're going. So
yeah.
so there's a lot of players that are starting to exert some pressure, and hopefully, safer jurisdictions like Canada and places like BC, Quebec, we're going to feel the trickle down, hopefully. So would you agree with that assessment?
I do totally. Yeah, it's a big push all around the world, and it's yeah, I totally agree. And there's going to be new jobs and new technologies, and and a new. That's the way the world is going, right? I mean, the old sort of way things were done is like it's changing, and now the new technologies and transition, like I said, to clean energy is the way that the things will be, like it or not. If you don't want to buy an electric car, it's okay. I don't have one myself. Maybe I will someday, but it's really going that way. I mean, you see a lot of them on the road, and there's all the projections that are going to be, 5 to 10 years from now, most people will probably own one. So I mean, it's that's so I think I think it's going to be the way of the world in the coming years.
Well, it's going to happen whether we, well, I think most of us want it to happen for various reasons.
Yeah.
But no, I think that's the way it should go. And, jurisdictions like Canada, Quebec, and companies that are junior explorers, well, this is the moment. This is, like you said, a humble beginnings for hopefully a long trend.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more with you. Yeah.
And lastly, I wanted to ask you, so with that, the financing that are you actually, you're doing it right now?
We are, yeah. We announced that we've closed the first tranche, so then we're working on our second tranche, and we're just funding the company right now for all the exploration that we want to do. We really want to get in there this winter and drill. And the beauty about Val-d'Or is you can drill in the winter months. Actually, sometimes it's even better too, because some areas are a little bit swampier, and when they freeze in January and February, you can get all the heavier equipment out there on the ground. So if everything goes as planned and we get all the financing that we need, we'll be drilling our lithium targets in this winter.
Okay, so you already have a plan. You already know where you're going to allocate, where you're going to be drilling. All depends on how much you can raise with this financing.
Then that'll dictate how big the drill program is. Yeah, how many meters will the budget and the size of the drill program. Yeah.
Awesome. So, well, what we're going to do is we're going to share this video, make sure that people know about Q Battery Metals, and if they wanted to chat with you, they can find you through your website and get in touch with you directly. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly. On our website, I have my email and phone number on there, and it's easy to get a hold of, and happy to talk to shareholders anytime they have questions.
Shareholders and potentially new shareholders.
Definitely, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks a lot, Richard. I think we see where you were. We see what you did during the summer, and now we're seeing that you already also have a plan for the next steps of 2024. So you got your game plan on.
Definitely, and we'd like to, in the next coming weeks, we're going to be putting out news releases to talk about that game plan and exploration, just so. If people aren't lucky enough to catch our interview here with my friend Jean-Michel, then maybe they'll see our news releases go out, and then they could read those.
Awesome. So we'll make sure that everybody sees this as much as possible and distribute those press releases. And one last question: when you're going to be going up to Val-d'Or in the winter, are you going to go there too?
Yeah, I'm always there with my hard hat on and my boots and on the ground, and yeah, I really enjoyed that side of the business too, the exploration side.
Awesome. Yeah. If I was a shareholder, and there's nothing more that I like to seeing a CEO also working, getting his hands dirty. So thanks a lot, Richard. And we'll catch you soon enough to follow what's going on more with Q Battery Metals.
Thanks. Nice to see you.
Thank you so much for watching. Give us a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below. And don't forget to watch our last video. Bye!